This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association, your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Dustin Hoffman.
Well, good day, everybody, and welcome to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, coming to you from Day 5 of the Iowa State Fair here in the Livestock Pavilion right now. And we are so happy to have you along with us here on August the 15th, 2022. I'm Dustin Hoffman. Coming up into this show, well, we had the Governor's Charity Steer Show on Saturday. Another record was broken. We'll visit with Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds. We talked to her right after the show. We'll also take a look at that ag weather outlook. But first, let's run down those markets.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
We're at the end of another trading day here on this Monday, and we're going to turn to Robin Schmahl of agmarket.net. Robin, what did we see coming out of those markets? It didn't look too good.
No, they didn't look too good today. Well, one of the things was we had some decent coverage of some rain. We got some cooler weather coming in, some more projections for a little bit of scattered rain through the Midwest. Probably a bigger influence on the market was a lot of Chinese data was pretty weak in those reports, which would not provide a lot of support to the soybean market. That put pressure on there. But on the other standpoint, I shouldn't say along with, but the other standpoint, China announced they will ban exports for agricultural products from Australia and New Zealand, which you could look at it and say it could bring more business to the U.S. As they would be looking elsewhere for soybeans. But that, coupled with that economic data that's not very good from China, keeps the market on edge, makes it wonder exactly what is going to be the demand. Now, the European Union is looking at the worst economic drought in Europe, which is going to move them into a shortfall. They predict that they could be actually the largest importer of grains over China. That would be quite a switch, and it would show a lot of upheaval into the actual grain markets. So there's a lot of uncertainty out there at this point in time. And that's what traders, to some degree, the funds, they don't like the uncertainty. So because there's uncertainty, they're going to sell the market on the what if. Now, more ships are moving into Ukraine to move some grain out. 6 more ships are coming in. USDA on the World Supply and Demand Report increased corn exports from the Ukraine. So that would bring out more to the market. But again, we've been over the Ukraine thing many times, that even with more coming out of there, they're not going to be shipping out as much as they normally did. So there's still going to be a shortfall there. Now, the export inspections today, corn was at 21.2 million bushels. That was down 700,000 bushels from last week. Soybeans, 27.4 million bushels, down 4.7 million, and wheat at 13.7, down 9.6 million bushels. So the export inspections, they're okay, but they're not like we'd like to see. Crop conditions this afternoon, the expectations are for corn at 56% good to excellent, down 2% from last week. Soybeans at 58%, down 1%. And spring wheat at 63%, down 1%. And winter wheat harvest is expected almost wrapped up at 92% on the report this afternoon.
All right, Robin. So, as we look at that economic situation, or not economic, but the global situation, now when you have Russia invading, Ukraine, and they export wheat, they have control over oil and things like that, so they're not in a real big hurt if there's, a lot of global sanctions. But China, on the other hand, is a global importer. If they decide to pull something over Taiwan, that could be almost a big blow to any economy, especially if the global marketplace decides to condemn their actions.
Yeah, we're seeing something here now that I don't think any of us have gone through before, and it's created, like I said, a lot of instability, a lot of uncertainty in the market. And if there's some movement over there, it's going to create another whole issues. And we've probably seen the highs in these grain markets right now, but we're going to see a lot of choppiness based on that uncertainty, not only over our crop, which we don't know what that is at this point in time, not only over the drought in Europe, but the whole economic situation, as you said, throughout the world.
As we look ahead at livestock and things like that, what did we see coming out of today's action?
Well, live cattle seem to be biding their time. Now, we had strong cash last week. We had anywhere from $2 to $5 higher. Texas really had, mostly $4 and $5 higher. They seem to be biding their time right now. Now, feedlots are gunning for more. The increase last week was a little bit more than they had anticipated, but packers were aggressive. Slaughter pace is strong, but they're hesitant right now. They want to see a little bit more. Usually you don't see much happening on Monday. Start seeing a little bit of show list distributed. You start seeing maybe a little bit on Tuesday, Wednesday. So they're just kind of biding their time right now. The uptrend is intact when you look at the charts. Boxed beef was slightly higher at noon. Boxed beef has actually been holding in there fairly decent over the last week. But we are moving toward that Labor Day holiday, which there's more grilling. And I think that's one of the reasons why the packers have been aggressive. Now, feeder cattle today could not hold their gains. They were stronger, triple-digit gains. Even with the lower corn prices, they couldn't hold them into the end. And I think some of that they just ran out of steam because live cattle just weren't pulling higher. Now on the hog side, today hogs were stronger, and I think they were trading in reaction to the surprise strength in cash on Friday. Normally we don't see very much cash movement or cash increase in hogs on Friday. Usually see it on Tuesday and Thursday. That's been the pattern. We did see it on Friday. Didn't see very good slaughter numbers, but we did see the stronger cash. Now, you're looking at today, the cash is down 332 in the morning report. That's not unexpected. But the unexpected part again this morning, after being kind of two-sided, mostly a little bit lower on cutouts last week, the noon report showed cutouts up $7.74. We might be resuming a little bit more of our strength, and demand is good in hogs, and there's still the debate over the tightness of numbers and when that's actually going to be playing more of a part in that market. So we did see some strength today. Again, hogs look really good as far as the charts are concerned. They're in a strong uptrend. I mean, last week, October made new contract highs. October is front month now because August went off the board. So right now, there's just some positive things going on in the hogs.
Now, Robin, we don't always talk about it, but hey, we're right next to where the dairy booth is handing out them shakes and the I Milk the Cow experience here at the fair. So how is the dairy complex looking right now?
Well, the dairy complex almost gives the impression it's putting a bottom in. Now, futures aren't reacting quite as much as we would have anticipated. Over the last week and a half, the barrel cheese price went up 20 cents. Blocks went up 12.5 cents. So there looks like some good buying is starting to surface in there because there's some fear now that maybe more milk moving to the southeast for the schools opening up will pull some away from manufacturing, what it does every year. It's not something unexpected. But with a little bit lower output coming in, we're seeing a little bit of strength, and buyers are looking ahead to the holidays now. They're looking ahead to buy for packagers and recutters. They're looking toward that holiday period of generally stronger demand. Now, they are cautious on that because they bought some ahead, but we had been down below $20 on milk prices in class 3 a week ago. We are above that and above 21 on some of those. So it seems like we have a little bit of a base in place right now. We have to continue with follow through. USDA did reduce the price outlook for milk and for products, but they increased production for this year and next year. But if we continue to see at least acceptable demand, and we see a little bit of slowing down of some production and maybe some continued strong demand, we are going to be able to see some sideways trade in. And I'm not going to say we're going to shoot back up to where we were, but we'll find some base, we'll find some sideways trade until we get a better handle on holiday demand, end of the year demand.
Great information as always. If folks want to talk marketing strategies with the folks at agmarket.net, what's the best way for them to get in touch?
They can call me directly at 877-256-3253, or they can go to agmarket.net. The number's on there. We can call the general switchboard.
Well, Robin, we thank you so much for taking the time to visit with us. We'll talk to you again next week.
All right. Thank you, and have a great time at the fair.
That again was Robin Schmahl of agmarket.net. Let's run down those closing numbers courtesy of the folks at Bar Chart.
September corn is down 13 cents at 626 3/4. December down 14 at 628 1/4. September beans down 41 cents at 14.94 even. November new crop down 42 at 14.12 1/4. Soy meal down $12.70 at 410.60 per ton. Soy oil down 86 cents at 67.44. Chicago wheat down 4 3/4 at 817 3/4. Minneapolis wheat down 9 1/2. That's at 922 1/2. Kansas wheat down 7 1/2 at 885. December oats down 3/4 cent. That's coming in at 426 3/4. October live cattle right now down 70 cents at the close at 143.80. September feeders down 37 cents at 183 even. October lean hogs up 55 cents at $100.57. Pork cutouts for October 7 cents lower at 109.90. Class 3 milk for August is a penny higher at 2016.
And that's been our Ag Market Recap. We're going to take a short break and hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff. And when we come back, we cover the Iowa Governor's Charity Steer Show when we talk with Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds. This is Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to AM/PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Dustin Huffman. Well, Saturday, all the eyes were on this building right here as the Iowa Governor's 40th Charity Steer Show was held. All the proceeds that benefit from the steer show go to the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Iowa, with their locations in Des Moines, Sioux City, and Iowa City. We had 25 great steers that came out there, and it was a tough competition for the judge. They also award the People's Choice Award. They also give away a Showmanship Award and also a Community Pride Award. So there's 4 awards that go out besides the judge's choice. Well, the competition was fierce, but the winning steer was named Blue, and he was shown by Iowa State University Extension and Outreach Vice President John Lawrence. He was the winner there. And of course, you can find the list of all the other winners at our website at iowaagnet.com. Now, it was a warm day, and so thank goodness we were in an air-conditioned building. It was a spirited event. We even saw some steers even get loose once or twice, but thankfully the Iowa Cattlemen's Association had people there to help get those steers rounded back up. Governor Kim Reynolds, of course, was in the top 5, and she had a good-looking steer, but when it was all said and done, she came up just a little short in the Judge's Choice competition this year. But we had the chance to sit down and visit with her, and here's what she had to say concerning the 40th anniversary of this show.
We're here right now after the Iowa Governor's Charity Steer Show with Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds. Unfortunately, he didn't come away with the crown this year, but still a great event.
Oh, it's an unbelievable event. The fact that it's been going on for 40 years, that we've raised the amount of money we have for the Ronald McDonald Houses of Iowa, and I made the top 5. I love that. I'm very competitive, but it's all, it's a great way to showcase the industry, our high quality beef that we're known for in the state. It was on full display today in the ring, and so anyway, I'm just really proud of the Cattlemen's Association, the Iowa Beef Industry Council, and the Ronald McDonald House in the Governor's Office, and the partnership that's really made this work all these years.
And 40th anniversary of the event, that's nothing to shake a stick at.
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, really, not very many events like this last that long. So it just tells you that we've got the right mix. The judge came up and said this is the most incredible show that he's ever seen. Everything about it is what he was talking about. And I mean, we filled this place. There is no place to sit. Everybody's here. They look forward to it. So it's just a great thing for Iowa, and I love that we're doing at the Iowa State Fair.
And last year we hit a big milestone, 375,000. This year the goal is 500,000. I heard that's going to be a good bar to hit.
Yeah, we want to get at least over 400,000. 500,000 would be awesome. So we're encouraging people when these kids work so hard on these steers, and it's not easy to go into that show ring and turn them over, and then to have that go to a great cause like the Ronald McDonald House. It says a lot about him, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's always bittersweet. There's always a lot of tears, but a lot of pride in it.
Oh, it's hard. Yeah.
And of course, now we're going to have the fun part. You're going to be going into the show arena. They're going to be selling them, and hopefully, you've come away sometimes with the top dollar on there, so that does help.
Yeah, that puts the pressure on too. We're going to do what we can to keep it going up.
All right. Well, Governor, thanks so much. I know you got to get to the show arena.
Thank you.
You can find out more about the Iowa Governor's Charity Steer Show by logging on to the Iowa Cattlemen's website, or even going to the Iowa Governor's Charity Steer Show website. You can find all of that on Google. But now the big deal is that they broke another record. In 2021, they set the bar for the most earnings at the auction at $375,000. But this year they topped it, and they got earnings of $436,000. In fact, the top steer auctioned off went for over $47,000. But as the governor mentioned, it's not only just celebration for raising that money, it's bittersweet for those kids. They've put a lot of work and grown quite close to those steers, and for them to finally let them go in a final sale, it gets to be a little bittersweet, but they will be coming back, I'm sure, just as strong in the future with more steers, especially those younger kids. Again, you can find all that information at iowaagnet.com. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Ag Weather Outlook. You wouldn't believe it, but we didn't even touch 80 degrees here in Des Moines, and we actually saw a little bit of sprinkles falling there at the Iowa State Fair. Almost for a second thought about pulling the laptops away from the edge of the tent, but not bad enough to really soak them down. But there is more rain forecasted across most of the state for the next 24 hours. Let's see what the National Weather Service has to say.
Well, as we said earlier, showers were falling this afternoon around the Iowa State Fair. Definitely a welcome sight, a nice, slow, steady shower. $1 million rain almost, as we would call it. Now tonight, those chances of showers and thunderstorms will stick around. We did see highs earlier today in the upper 60s to around 80 degrees. Now tonight, we'll see showers and thunderstorms, as I said, just hanging around, and lows will be in the low to mid-60s. Tomorrow, showers and storms can continue around the western, central, and southern parts of the state, and for once, we're getting the hang of it. And we're going to see highs anywhere in the state from 73 to about 78 degrees. Now taking a peek at the affiliate weather map, as again, tomorrow, Cherokee will see rain showers in 73. Shenandoah will see rain in 74. Des Moines, rain in 76. Albee also rain in 74. Waterloo, mostly cloudy skies, a few breaks of sunshine, but also the possibility of a shower in 77. Clinton is supposed to be mostly sunny tomorrow and a high of 85.
For more detailed forecasts in your area, tune to your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. And that has been our Ag Weather Outlook. And with that, we are at the end of today's show. Again, you can find all our content online at iowaagnet.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and also on our YouTube channel, where you don't forget to hit that subscribe and that bell icon so you get notified each time we list a new video. You can find our free Twice Daily Market podcast on Podbean, Amazon, Apple, Spotify, or Google. From the Iowa State Fairgrounds in Des Moines, I'm Dustin Huffman. For Avery Haskell, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson, we thank you for joining. This has been Ag Matters PM.